And when this happens, when we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual. Free at last, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
Number 9. True or false? King's mother was also slain by a bullet. True. On June 30th, 1974, a 69-year-old Alberta Williams King played the organ at a Sunday service inside Ebenezer Baptist Church. Marcus Wayne Chenault Jr. rose from the front pew, drew 2 pistols, and began to fire shots. One of the bullets struck and killed King, who died steps from where her son had preached nonviolence. Number 8. True or false? King narrowly escaped an assassination attempt a decade before his death. True. On September 20th, 1958, King was in Harlem signing copies of his new book, Stride Toward Freedom, in the Bloomstein's department store when he was approached and stabbed with a letter opener. Number 7. What is the name of the person who tried to kill him in 1958? Was it A. Ronnie Kane, B. Azola Ware Curry, C. Cynthia Reddy, or D. Donald Smith? B. Isola Ware Curry, who, in 1958, stabbed Martin Luther King while at a book signing. She stabbed him with a letter opener in his chest. If he sneezed, he would have died. Number 6. True or false? Members of King's family did not believe James Earl Ray acted alone. True. Ray, a career criminal, pleaded guilty to King's assassination, but later recanted. King's son, Dexter, met publicly with Ray in 1997 and argued for the case to be reopened. King's widow, Coretta, believed the mafia and local, state, and federal government agencies were deeply involved in the murder. She praised the results of the 1999 civil trial in which a Memphis jury decided the assassination was the result of a conspiracy and that Ray was set up to take the blame. A U.S. Department of Justice investigation released in the year 2000 reported no evidence of a conspiracy. 5. True or false? King's last public speech foretold his death. True. In April 1968, King came to Memphis to support the strike of the black garbage city workers, and in a speech the night before his assassination, like anybody else, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place, but I'm not concerned about that now. I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we, as a people, will get to the promised land. And I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. Number 4. True or false? King's I Have a Dream speech was not his first at the Lincoln Memorial. True. 6 years before his iconic oration at the March on Washington, King was among the civil rights leaders who spoke in the shadow of the great emancipator during the prayer pilgrimage for freedom on May 17, 1957, before a crowd estimated at between 15,000 to 30,000. King delivered his first national address on the topic of voting rights. His speech, in which he urged America to give us the ballot, drew strong reviews and positioned him at the forefront of the civil rights leadership. Number 3. How many times was King in prison? A. 5, B. 8, C. 12, or D. 29? D. 29. According to the King Center, the civil rights leader went to jail 29 times. He was arrested for acts of civil disobedience and on trumped-up charges, such as when he was jailed in Montgomery, Alabama in 1956 for driving 30 miles per hour in a 25-mile-per-hour zone. Number 2. What age was King when he entered college? A. 17, B. 23, C. 15, or D. 19? C. 15. King entered college at the age of 15. King was such a gifted student that he skipped grades 9 and 12 before enrolling in 1944 at Morehouse College, the alma mater of his father and maternal grandfather. Although he was the son and grandson and great-grandson of Baptist ministers, King did not intend to follow the family vocation until Morehouse president Benjamin E. Mays, a noted theologian, convinced him otherwise. King was ordained before graduating college with a degree in sociology. Number 1. What did King receive his doctorate in? Was it A, sociology, B, psychology, C, communications, or D, systemic theology? King received his doctorate in systematic theology. After earning a divinity degree from Pennsylvania's Crozer Theological Seminary, King attended graduate school at Boston University, where he received his Ph.D. degree in 1955. The title of his dissertation was A Comparison on the Conceptions of God in the Thinking of Paul Tillich and Henry Nelson Weeman.